Okay, we're going to do a quick and easy nitrogen pressure test for a mini split. Your best way to do it is with a Testo digital tester. That way you'll have it all reading right off your phone and be able to know exactly if it's losing any pressure whatsoever. Your best bet to do is with two Appion valve core removal tools. You got your 5/16 for a mini split. It's already got the adapter made into the system, and that's what you see is pink. On the black one here, these are 1/4 inch, and so everything else is set up for HVAC at 1/4 inch, including your tube going out. So this has a 5/16 on this side, 1/4 inch on this side. So get the two Appion valve core removal tools, a Testo digital gauge, pressure gauge, and your nitrogen bottle, and your regulator. So right now we're going to set it at, if I can turn this on real quick. Hold on, let me turn it on real quick. Okay, I just went ahead and turned the thing on. When you open up the gauge, it goes up to, it shows the bottle, how much is in the bottle, and right now I got about 1,500 pounds, and I got it set to 400 pounds here approximately. You can't really use these gauges, doesn't really matter, but that's close enough. And then it comes over to here to a gauge. Now on the phone, it's reading 444 pounds. Okay, that's our pressure. And on these systems here, you can see that the pressure on your high pressure is 550 pounds. Okay, so we're right in the middle between our low, which is 340, and a high 550. So you want to set it about there for your pressure. So at this point, I can turn it. I'm going to valve. This is valved off. Okay, so once you valve that off, let me double check that. Okay, it's all valved off, and then I'm going to turn off my pressure, my regulator. Hold on a second. Okay, I just turned off the regulator right there. Now I have this thing valved off, so now there's no longer pressure coming in. Nitrogen is not coming into the system anymore, and I'm still reading 444 pounds, 444.6, and so it's valved off right there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the nitrogen from the system because it doesn't apply anymore, and it's all being read right now through the Testo gauge. Okay, and again, it's set up at 444.7, okay? And we're going to run a 10-minute test, and if it passes, then we'll start our vacuuming. Okay, again, when you're doing the, you go from your pressure test to the vacuuming, you have 444 pounds, or however much you put in your system, of nitrogen. You want to let it out super slowly, okay, and I'll show you that in a second. Okay, we just passed our 10-minute test on our nitrogen pressure test. Let's look at your thing again. So we have 444.9. It actually grew in pressure a little bit because of the sun is coming out on us. It's a rainy day, but the sun's coming out, so it went up a little bit in pressure. So it definitely didn't lose any pressure. We went 10-minute test and actually losing zero pressure. So right now we're going to release the pressure so we can do our vacuuming. And when you do that, you want to go super, super slowly. I'll show you how much. About like that. Let's see how much that is on the gauge. And you can see it going down. You can see it clicking down on your gauge. And it's losing pressure. That's about how fast you want to do it, because you're trying to dry out your system to get a good deep vacuum. Okay, so you let your nitrogen out very slowly. It won't freeze up your system, and it'll work out perfectly to dry out the system for a nice deep vacuum. And I'll show you the deep vacuum in a second. Okay, we're starting our vacuum test now. You want to get a Fieldpiece. There are different brands, but Fieldpiece is the best. But anyway, micron gauge. And again, we are all set up with our 5/16 valve core removal tool. That's the pink one. It has a 5/16 threads right here for our mini splits, or 5/16. And then everything else is 1/4 inch. It's 1/4 inch coming out. So it comes out of the 5/16 here. So then get a 5/16 Appion valve core removal tool. I already have the valve core removed. And you want to do that, have the valve core removed for a deep vacuum. And then you have a 1/4 inch valve core removal tool that's going up to our micron gauge. And we just started about a minute ago or so. And it is a 1 horsepower 12 CFM dual stage Vevor vacuum pump with a 3/8 hose leading up to a 1/4 inch adapter. Okay, if I'd have been smart enough to order a 1/4 inch end on this side too, I'd have been set, but that's the way it goes. All right, so anyway, we're right here. We're down at 587. What you want to do for a deep vacuum is go down to 100. As soon as you get to 100, then you go 5 minutes more. So as soon as you get to 100, you just time it and you get 5 minutes more from there. That's a deep vacuum. Then we'll go ahead and valve it off. So when you're up to about 400, 500 right here, you want to take your tools and go like that a little bit, because there's air trapped right here in the valve. Okay, so it moves up a little bit. You can actually see it move up and down a little bit. When you move these a little bit here and there, you'll watch it go up and down. And that's because there's air trapped in there. So you want to do that occasionally while you're doing your vacuum, just to make sure there's no air stuck in there that'll screw up your decay test. Okay, so anyway, just do that a couple times, and then when you get down to 100, we'll do 5 minutes. I'll come back here as soon as it gets to 500 or 100, and we'll start our 5-minute test of bringing it down to a deep vacuum. Okay, and once we get to a deep vacuum, we'll valve it off and turn off our vacuum pump, and then have a 10-minute decay test. So first, as soon as we get to 100, I'll bring you back. Okay, when you get to 100, my guy gets to 95, and when you get to 100, you want to go 5 minutes after that. That'll be as low as you can get on a vacuum test, and as soon as we get to that, we'll start our 10-minute decay test. So I'll bring you back in 5 minutes. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. This is our deep vacuum. So we went to 100 or so. And then we went 5 minutes after that. Our deep vacuum is at 78. That's about as low as you're going to get, considering the things you got. Like I have a system with the long hoses and stuff like that. And when I do a vacuum, I don't have a bunch of gauges. I don't have a manifold gauge set. I just have my pump, a hose, and it goes right to this system. And this is the system you should get to do the most accurately. So it's been 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and valve it off, which will end that system. Now I'm going to go, because I told you about the air, when you do that, I'm going to change that back up. I'm going to go back up. I forgot to turn that off. So I'm going to do that back up, and as soon as I get back to 79 again, I'm going to then valve it off, and then we wait 10 minutes. We have a 10-minute decay test, and so here we are at 79 again, and I'm going to do a 10-minute decay test from this point, okay? So whenever you valve it off, it equalizes between the two, because it only has the one. So let me turn this off. As soon as you do that, it no longer has your vacuum hooked up. It doesn't do anything. You're all set up on this test here. Okay, so in this system here, you have our 5/16 valve core removal tool, 1/4 inch valve core, and then you have your micron gauge. And right now, as soon as I valved it off, it then, because you have just one outlet here and not two outlets, it equalizes between the two. And by equalizing, it went up to 106. Now, because we were at 90, no, what were we at, 87? Oh, crap, I don't remember, 97? Well, I don't even know what we were. Okay, we're doing our 10-minute decay test, and as soon as I turned it off, it equalized between the two, and so then it became up to 110. It was a 79, which is, let's just say 80, and I think it should go, I allow it to go 180. So we give it a 10-minute test to see if it goes over 180. They give you 500. They say if you're under 500, you're allowed to release the refrigerant into your system. But I don't buy that. I go with 100 over your low. So because we had 79, I allow it up to 179. So anyway, I'll see you back here in 10 minutes, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, we're at 156. It's been 10 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and release our refrigerant into the system. Okay, we're going to release our refrigerant now into the system. You can notice that the micron gauge goes up when you valve it off. Okay, it's not part of the system anymore, it's valved off. Your reason you have the second valve core removal tool is to protect your micron gauge from getting refrigerant in it under the pressure. So right now we're set at, we want to release some refrigerant into the system. I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to put the valve core back in. So what you want to do is take your Allen wrench and come into the system right now. Again, this is valved off and this is valved off right now. So right now I'm going to release a little bit of refrigerant. What you want to do is open it up and just for a second. Let me go. Okay, just go for a second and put it back. And then what that does is it releases a little bit of refrigerant into the system, and it pressurized the system. So now we're going to put our, without messing with our vacuum, we're going to put our valve core back in. Okay, and I'll show you that now. All right. Okay, we take our valve core. Again, if you have the Appion valve core removal tools, everything's magnetic, everything works out great. So you want to take it and stick it in. Okay, so it just goes right in, but you can only go so far because it's valved off. Okay, and so because of that, you just stick it in until it touches. Then you bring this part of the tool up here, and then you screw it in. Okay, don't go all the way tight yet. Okay, you go almost tight, and then open the system up. By doing that, it pushes now the refrigerants inside, it pushes it forward. Okay, then you release it a little bit. That just gets rid of whatever air was in the system. Okay, and then it's all the way open. Now I have refrigerant coming this way. Because I'm under the pressure of the refrigerant, not a lot of pressure, but some that was released into the system, you have to push up to beat that pressure. So as soon as you get up to the top, then you start screwing it in while you're pushing up, okay, to seat the valve core. And so you're pushing up, you're turning the knob. As soon as you get to it, you cinch it up tight. Okay, then it releases back down. Okay, now I'm going to close it back up again. Okay, and release this here. Okay, now I'm going to double check that the valve core is actually working. And there it is, see? Perfectly fine. I'm going to put my test plug on and show you how to test that in a second. So that's good right there. We're all set there. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off for a second, put our test plug on. Okay, so this is a test plug. It's just a regular cap. I drilled a hole in it for testing. Make sure that the valve core is actually not leaking at all. And so you put it on there like that, and then you open it up, and then you take a little bit of, I use Better Bubble. It's really good. It's non-corrosive for our systems. You should use it for all your testing procedures to see if things are leaking or not. But one of them you want to do is just test this right here, and if it was leaking, it would be blowing bubbles right now. So right now we see that the thing is not leaking, not blowing bubbles, so we know that this valve core is working. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and release this system, and we will open the refrigerant into the system now. So at this point, we want to take this and open it all the way up, and I'm going to go all the way open. Just open it into the system. And there's a little stop on it. I'm going to show you where it's at. As soon as you open it all the way open, you'll notice that it stops on its own. There's a little stop in there that stops it from happening. Okay, so you want to go up to the stop. You don't have to go any farther than that. There's O-rings on them, so it won't hurt you at all. So you just go up to it, and then when it gets to that stop, it stops by itself. Don't force it more than that. Just let it go up to the stop and then stop. Take a little nylog. Go ahead, turn on.
Yep.
Okay, so we take a little bit of nylog. I always do this to all my systems, and it's just it's the most best sealer on the planet. And you just take a little tiny bit and put it on there, and just go around. So you just take it and go like this. That's how you do your flares and any other things. Just put it like that on all your systems. That way, in case something does leak, it won't affect you. It won't come out. So take that and put a little bit of nylog on there, and just spread it around like that. And this gives it a nice little setup. So then you put your caps right back on and cinch them on, and you're all done.